He knew that he could have any number of women. He refused because he didn't know, as he said jokingly, whether they favored him as a Reich Chancellor or as Adolf Hitler. Albert Speer.
One evening in 1929, Heinrich Hoffmann came to his photo studio accompanied by a man. The stranger introduced himself as Herr Wolf. After he left, Eva Braun wanted to know who the stranger was. Hoffmann declared that he was the Führer of the NSDAP, Adolf Hitler.
Eva didn't come across as an archetypal German girl. Rohush Misch, SS Bodyguard Regiment.
He didn't want clever women near him. Albert Speer.
Privately, Hitler was very nice. Eva Braun loved him very much, and he loved her. Hertha Schneider, friend of Eva Braun.
Hitler had got used to his girlfriend's character, but he didn't give in to everything she wanted. She was subject to a lot of strict rules. When she danced, she did so secretly because Hitler disliked dancing. Christa Schröder.
The efforts my wife and I made to encourage Hitler to take private dancing lessons weren't crowned with success.
No.
He said categorically.
For a statesman, dancing is an undignified activity. All of these balls are purely a waste of time. And besides, the waltz is far too effeminate for a man. It's exactly this waltz mania that made me hate Vienna so much, and how it contributed to the downfall of the Habsburg Empire.
Ernst Hanfstaengl, from 1937 in exile.
She had an extremely beautiful figure and was well proportioned. Gertraud Traudl-Junge, Hitler's private secretary from 1942.
According to my observations, sexual relations between Hitler and Eva Braun were sporadically very active. I don't know who was the more active of the two. Eva Braun came across as very sexy, but Hitler too. Heinz Linger, valet to Adolf Hitler.
I never observed any intimacy between Hitler and Eva. Neither did my comrades. Rohush Misch.
Diary, November the 18th, 1934. I don't want it to be my fault if he doesn't like me anymore. Eva Braun.
For several months in the years 1934 and 1935, Eva Braun keeps a diary. The diary includes the period when she attempts suicide, probably to get Hitler to commit to her.
Diary, March the 11th, 1935. If only I'd never met him. I'm in despair. I'm buying sleeping powders again. He only needs me for certain purposes, nothing else is possible. When he says he loves me, he means it only at that moment. Eva Braun.
That was when Eva Braun attempted her first suicide. This act of desperation moved Hitler deeply. Christa Schröder.
Diary, April the 29th, 1935. The weather's so beautiful, and I, lover of the greatest man in Germany and the world, can enjoy the sun. Eva Braun.
Politically, she had no idea. You often heard Eva Braun complaining.
I don't know anything. Everything's kept secret from me.
Christa Schröder.
As for Eva Braun, no one outside the inner circles of the party and the SS knew of her until the last year of the war. Charles Bewley, Irish Envoy Extraordinary to Berlin, 1933 to 1939.
The existence of Hitler's girlfriend doesn't remain totally unknown. The news magazine Time and the Saturday Evening Post write about Hitler's romance.
December the 16th, 1939. In the closing days of last August, a blonde Bavarian girl named Eva Helen Braun moved into the Great Chancellery of Wilhelmstrasse. There she conducts herself as if she were the wife of the Nazi dictator. Of course, European intelligence services have long known about the relationship between Effie and Hitler. Richard Norbert, Saturday Evening Post.
When he retires, Hitler plans to build a residence in the Austrian town of Linz. Albert Speer revealed that Hitler intended to live out his final years there with Eva Braun.
Besides Fräulein Braun, I'll take nobody else with me. Fräulein Braun and my dog. I will be lonely. Everyone will be running after my successor. Adolf Hitler to Albert Speer.